When we are talking about trees, first we are talking about plants. And plants on planet Earth, they are the eukaryotic organisms that constitute the kingdom Plantae. They are predominantly photosynthetic or came from photosynthetic ancestors, meaning that they obtain their energy from sunlight by using the green pigment chlorophyll in their chloroplasts to produce sugars from carbon dioxide and water. And ultimately, they expel oxygen, feeding our atmosphere. The Plantae kingdom, they have in their group the oldest beings on the planet, like the Posidonia oceanic, a Mediterranean seagrass that spreads via identical clones aged up to 200,000 years. Or even Antarctic glass sponges, deep sea animals estimated to live up to 15,000 years. But those are not plants in this case. But the vegetables, the trees, and the plants themselves, they are very older than us, the mammals. And the trees, they live longer than us, much longer than us on average. But we don't know how their consciousness works. We have ideas in different lines of thought and all that. But if we look at what happens on the planet regarding the Plantae kingdom, the plants themselves, we see that they have this direct relation to the source of energy on the galaxy, that would be the sun. They take the energy from the sun and they feed themselves with it. And we, for example, we are far in that chain. We can't absorb sunlight directly, not like the plants in this case. And they do it in an amazing way, in a very developed and evolved way in their cells. And it would be stupid for us to say that they don't have awareness. In fact, they probably have a larger awareness than ours. The level of consciousness of plants must be very broad, because their connections with the earth itself, with the material aspect of earth directly, with its roots, and the direct connection with the sun, they are very powerful beings. For example, when you cut a branch of a tree, you are not actually hurting very hard the tree if you don't cut its roots, because it will grow back. A human, for example, we can't grow a member back. If we lose an arm, for example, we can't grow another arm. That's a very specific type of evolution when you talk about beings on this planet. They're very resilient, and they, in some measure, they are the reference to understand how life on Earth is happening. Because when we see in the history of life on this planet, the availability of plants so other animals can feed on them, it's very important to define how life is going to work on a specific age and all that. So when you think about plants, we have to understand that they are probably more evolved beings than us. And we are in such state right now that we consider ourselves the greatest beings on planet. And we destroy forests, we destroy ecosystems and all that, regardless of the effects that's going to have in our own lives. And we have to take this deeper look into the forest. when you see, the next time you see a tree, pay attention to it closely. Because the trees are much like ourselves. Each and every tree is unique. They have their own DNA and they are very powerful beings. And without those trees, without the plants, we wouldn't be here. There is something to consider. The next time you eat a vegetable or you see a plant, take a closer look and understand that we are all the same. We are all beings on this planet, and we are here to find the light, to breathe, and to share ourselves with the environment. Because like the trees, like the plants, we are all growing together. After all, everything is mandala.